What are you doing? Oh, you know, working on the trucks, on the coffee table, in the lounge room. You keen? Why, what's wrong with that? I am the man of the house, mate. Just, you know. Whew. You're gonna be in trouble. You know, I said the same thing. You didn't want to listen. Geez, you two are worrywarts. I mean, what? It's a work area. Look at it. I mean, what is wrong with that? Seriously, what is the big deal? Working on trucks on a flat surface. I mean, what is the problem? What is the problem? You know what the problem's gonna be, buddy. Problem. You guys want to remember, you know, that you can be a man of the house, you know. You can do this sort of stuff and it's okay. Like the pair of you should remember that instead of being so scared. So what you're saying is, Mrs. Fourbieman's away. See, that's the trouble with you lot. You're all too frightened to be the man of the house, all too scared, you know, you're not sort of like, haven't got any balls. Well, the most important thing to remember is this. What is the most important thing? Come on, tell me, what's the most important thing? I've got to hear it. Yeah, come on, I want to hear it too. What's the most important thing? All right, I'll tell you what the most important thing is, the pair of yous. It's being able to do this even if the missus is away. I mean, I'd still do this if she was here. If she was sitting in that lounge chair there watching telly, I'd still be doing this. Well, we're about to put that to the test. She's just pulled up. Shit. You dickhead. You know, instead of criticising, you could be bloody helping a fella. Yeah, no, I decided to have a break from working on the trucks for a bit. You know, I've been at it for a little while, so, you know, just with the missus being home, I didn't want to, you know, be wasting my time working on trucks. I'd rather spend time, you know, with the missus, and I'd see, you know, I don't think she would have minded anyway, but I just, you know, thought I'd just have a break now. I've been working on it for a bit. That's why I sort of packed everything up. But yeah, you know, there it is, man to the house. It's like, you know, there's no, there's nothing wrong with working on. There's nothing wrong with yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with working, you know, on your coffee table. You know, you should be allowed to do that, being, you know, man of the house and all that. So I'm lucky like that, you know, because I can do that sort of thing, you know, without much sort of hassle, apparently. Yeah, all right. Well, the coast is clear. I mean, I thought I'd get back into doing a bit more work on the trucks here, and just messing around with a winch, and just come across a little problem. So a little while ago, I made this little nudge bar you see here on the front of me TRX4 Candy Cruiser. And I mounted that little winch just on the front of it there. It's a little barrel winch. Not a bad looking little unit, actually quite tidy. But here's the deal. This one here is the original that was on the truck. I already had it mounted, and what had happened was I'd mounted it and I still hadn't wired it, and over a period of time I tore the wires off. You got the positive and the negative on the end there. So for a long time it was just sitting on the front, just as more or less a showpiece. Anyway, I thought, no, look, I really should sort of fix this up. So because it had that issue there with those missing, I thought, I've got another one. It'll probably just be easier to just fit it. That way I can avoid messing around with the soldering iron, because to be honest with you, it's been that long since I've messed with soldering before I even tried to even show anyone the concept of it or whatever. I have to make sure I can still do it. So I thought, well, I'll avoid that. I'll just do the re-thing. So I never worried about getting into too much of the detail of mounting it. It's basically pretty simple. You just got the 4 mount holes. You'll see the little gap that I've got beneath. You'll see there's little spaces between the bottom of the winch and the top of the little nudge bar. And the reason for that being is, on this end here where the motor is, it comes quite close to this upright. So by having it risen up that little bit, it's given me the clearance that I need. On there's those little wires there, you can see that I busted off. So yeah, I decided it'd just be easiest to just connect the winch onto the bull bar like a brand new one and just basically plug and play. Well, no, the problem is the plugs are bloody different. So me being clever clog thinking I'll just change the winch over to another one, that'll save me soldering. Well, I've got to solder anyway, so here goes. So what I've got is this. I need to run power to my winch receiver, which you see that, and that comes through this white, it's a Tamiya brand plug. So I've got to remove that plug and I've got to wire that to the power wire from my ESC, but we'll go there soon. And then out of the receiver for the winch, it's got 2. It's got the white plug and the red plug. I'm led to believe that this white plug is the normal standard generic sort of like style, I think, and that's also a power lead which could be used with a different sort of style plug. So basically I've got to hardwire this into the power wire onto my ESC, and I've got to remove this plug off the end of that, and then as you can see here, it would normally plug into, if I was using this worn winch, it would normally plug into that. However, I'm using the barrel winch and it's got that style of plug. So I need to remove that plug and remove that plug and solder those 2 wires together, and then put some heat shrink over it so it's nice and tidy and waterproof and won't short out. And then this power wire. So then when the receiver's got power, using your remote control, you can then in or out by sending the signal to that receiver, which then sends the power on through to your winch. So everything's there. I've just got to now see how good I am at doing some plumbing, and hopefully if I don't bug it up, I won't let the smoke out, and if you don't let the smoke out, well then that's a good thing. And what I think I'll do there is, because this receiver obviously won't be waterproof, you can see there's a hole in the end of it there, allow air to flow through, I'm assuming, so it doesn't overheat. However, the plastic bag that this kit came in, I think once it's plumbed up, I'll put that receiver into this plastic bag and run the wires up to the corner and put a little bit of silicone, Sobol silicone that closed, and that'll make that waterproof, so if I do happen to splash into some water, it won't let the smoke out of that either. Yep, so I've found everything that I need. I've found solder, I've found the shrink wrap, even found my snips, but I can't find the soldering iron. I don't know where that is. But anyway, that's okay. I'm going to get on, mess around with a few of these other things, but yeah, we'll have to come back to this. So I've got a few things on the go that I'm trying to mess around with, but yeah, just got to try and get some of these things done because they just pile up otherwise, and then you're sitting there for hours. Not that I mind, because it's bloody good. I really enjoy it. It certainly allows me to have me time and get myself back to like sort of feeling okay. Yeah, which while I'm saying that, if you're not feeling okay, don't forget to sing out one of your mates, some family member, bring up an organisation, just do that. You hear me speak about it all the time. If this is your first time here, that's the biggest message I could ever send. If you're feeling depressed or you're suffering from depression or anxiety, things like that there, by chatting to someone and sharing the load, it just helps. So always remember that. It definitely helps. All right, I'm going to keep on going with these things here, but we'll come back very, very soon with the next lot of vids. And that'll be me wiring up this winch and getting it going, and hopefully I can sort out this front diff, and we'll go from there. So, until next episode, look, I can't just leave you without saying. I'll see you next episode, and check this out. It's a couple of me shorts. Check them out. Hey, I don't hold the rights to the music. This is my music, so full credit to those. I'm using it off the platforms that I've been given, so hopefully that'll be okay. We'll see how we go.
Freestyler, rock the microphone, straight from the top of my dome. Freestyler, rock the microphone.